Matt, the Backyard Builder here. Well, we're continuing on with our renovations. Today I'm just installing some hardware on the doors here. I've already hung the door here, and now I'm going to install the new back set. Okay, now the first thing I'm going to do is install the new strike. And now sometimes when you're doing this thing, everything will fit into place. In my situation, however, this one isn't quite going to fit where the old one fit. The old one was actually a little wider and a little narrower at the front of the strike. This one's slightly different shape. It will fit into the old hole here, however, but I'm going to have to cut this out just a little bit here. So what we'll do here, we'll just kind of line that up. We'll just take our chisel, we'll just push that in like so. Now we should be able to just take that off there just like that. Shouldn't take much force. I was just able to do that by hand without even using a hammer. So the chisel's nice and sharp. That should work pretty good for you. So with that out of the way, we should be able to get that new strike into there. And of course naturally the holes aren't going to line up either, so we're going to have to drill new holes here, but that's easily enough done. May be necessary to sometimes just dig this out just a little bit deeper for the new strike. Your kit may be different from mine, but there we go. Okay. Now with that strike in place, we can now turn our attention to the back set. Okay, so we've got our back set here. The first thing we want to do is just put that into the old hole here, and we immediately discover that, well, we don't, although our holes line up here, the old back set was just a little narrower, so once again we're going to have to take our chisel and just widen this out a bit. So I'll just mark that off. And there we go. We'll just take our hammer now. Actually, once again, we may be able to do this with just hand pressure. See if that fits now. Now, when you orientate this, you've got the one side here that's sloped. The sloped side obviously goes toward your strike, because what happens is it hits the strike, pushes in, and then pops out and it catches on the back of the strike, and that's what holds your door closed. So we'll just pop that in there, and we're just about in there. It's going to take a little bit more fiddling. Okay, it may take a little bit of time, but you're going to want to ensure that you get a flush fit on the back set and get it all the way in there. And now, before you put the screws in the end here, you're just going to want to check and make sure the back set reaches all the way in, and that you can put the handle through. And in my case, I'm not going to be able to put the back set into the doorway because my back set isn't long enough. Now, fortunately, there is something you can do about that if you've got an adjustable back set. Okay, look and see if you've got this little pin right here and this little slot. Basically, you just pull that pin back and just slide that back set back, and that makes your back set just a little bit longer. And then I put that in, and now with the back set extended, I can put my handle in, and voila, that's actually going to fit and work. There we go. So now I can put my screws into the face of the door. I can take my handle, I can put it on the other side here, and line up my screws. Now, if you've never put one of these things in before, I just want to show you something real quick here. Okay. You notice you've got a hole here and a sort of a half a hole here. That is so that the shaft can go through the center, and then it lines up. And these pins here, these posts, they go through the back set. That's so that you can actually get some force on it to pull back and open your door. So make sure that you can get those through when you're just dry fitting them. Put that in and make sure that those posts go through the back set properly, and that you've got full access to everything on the other side here before you consider your job done. So next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to take my long screws that came with my set, and I'm going to put, oh, that's not the right one. Where'd my long screws go? That pair of long screws, there they are. And a pair of long screws that came with my set, I'm just going to put those in now. Okay, now just line that up, and those holes should line up with there. Now, you might find it with these long screws here, you might find it a little easier if you just pull this away from this other half of the handle away from the door. Put those screws through first. Get through there. There we go, and oh, that's something interesting. Oh boy, that's a new neat feature. I just noticed something here. They've changed these things since the last time I put one on. Gotta hand it to Wiser. Just put those screws in there like so. There we go. Now we can put that handle in. Now we just kind of turn, push in, and turn back to lock on there. Did you get that the right way? There we go. Look at that. Ah. Well, that's a neat new feature. Okay. Just gonna test our door, make sure it works. There we go. Ta-da! Now you can tighten your screws down. So not every door is quite the same for the installation. In this case I have a round hole here, but I do not have any slot cut out. Now I can cut that slot out if I want. I can just take a router or chisel and go ahead and cut around there. Or I can take this piece off of my back set. Now to take this piece off is fairly simple. All I do is I just take a flathead screwdriver, just put it in here, just pop that off. The other side here, we'll just pop that off as well. There we go, and that just slips off the back side. Now once you've got the plate removed from the back set, the kit also comes with this little ring, and what you do is you just line it up here. There's a little slot here, there's a little ridge here, so make sure you line those two up, and then that just slips over the top like so. Now there's a couple of little pins, locking pins right here on each side, and you just simply push that in until it clicks and locks, and now that's ready to install. Now next thing you want to do here, once you've got this ring in place, is just want to check and make sure that your back set is the right depth. And in my case, I'm not quite deep enough here. My door handles are set back a bit. So what I'm going to do, there's a little pin right here. I'm just going to lift that up. I'm going to slide that back and make my back set just a little bit longer. And that I'm going to check here, and that should fit just fine now. So what I'm going to do, just pop that in there, and now this is a friction fit here, and actually goes in with a hammer. So what you do is I'm just going to make sure that that's level to the front here. There we go. And we're just simply going to take a hammer and tap that in. There we go. And we just slip our handle through there. There we go. And we grab the other half of our handle. Simply put that in there, and we just simply turn and engage the locks here. There's actually a pair of little locks here. What you do is you line those up with the screws. Just turn the handle and snap it back, and it'll lock onto the screw heads which are sticking out here. So here we go, just like that. Locks in, and voila! There. Now all we have to do is tighten up our screw heads, and our door is installed. I have never figured out a way to get past the handle. It'd be nice if they would come up with a system that you could actually tighten these screws down first and then pop your handle into place. But by the way, just a hint, when you're doing a door installation, always put your screws on the inside of the room, because generally what's going to happen is you're going to do your testing from the inside of the room, because whichever way the door closes, you're going to be on the one side there. Just make sure you're on the screw side anyways, because that way if you can't get your door apart, you can always take the handle off and open the door that way, because sometimes you don't have things quite right lined up. It ain't going to work for you, and you're going to be stuck in the room, so you might find yourself disassembling your door. So, anyways, that puts the door handle on. Next, I just have to put the strake, and we're all done here. Let's give that a whirl. Ta-da!